Hello. I I just got done doing a whole bunch of dialogue with some atheists, people that don't believe in God at all, and I learn a lot when I talk to them. There's something that I keep. There's something missing there, for me. And what's missing is the questions. A lot of them are God is bad, God is rude, He's contradicts Himself. He confounds people. He kills his own son. He's a murderer. He's a liar. All of these things about what God is. And on the other hand, they argue that God doesn't exist, or prove that He exists. You can't see Him, and then that's backed up with a lot of evidence of how things actually came about, coming into existence. Excuse me. And then, in addition to that, will be things like how moral man is and the way we come about being moral and our authority to rule over ourselves and so forth and so on. And, a lot of those things are true as far as the character of man goes. But here's the part that's missing. Unfulfilled prophecy. It's like some of these guys are really sharp, and they've got a real logical way of thinking and a very methodical way of researching. And what I don't understand is why they're not interested in determining whether or not prophecies that have already been fulfilled are facts. Because they are. And those are in the Bible. And then in addition to that, that should spawn curiosity about prophecies that have not been fulfilled. Because, see, I'm like totally involved in politics and religion. I don't like religion. I don't like being categorized in some little place where someone else already knows everything I know, because since I'm a Christian, they know what I believe in, because they don't. And as far as politics, I don't like to be categorized as a Republican, because I'm not a Republican. And I'm not of any specific faith of Christianity, although I do believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God and came down to this world, lived a sinless life, and died unjustly, which fulfilled a prophecy. And in addition to that, it clarified a position which caused Satan to be known for what he is, a big fat liar. And it also, in principle, allowed me to be set free from the penalty of sin, which is death, because of what happened to Jesus. Anyways, I forgot where I was headed with that. I got all off on a tangent. Sorry about that. But as far as prophecies go that have been fulfilled already, atheists are clueless. And as far as prophecies that have not been fulfilled already, they're not even aware that they're clueless. That's pretty deep. And as far as politics and religions go, I can't get away from it, because prophecy that has not been fulfilled is all about politics and religion. All of it. And when you start studying it and trying to determine what it means, mainly from the books of Daniel, Ezekiel, and Revelation, primarily anyhow, what I've discovered is that you can find those characters in existence now, and you can see the events taking place. Actually, you can see the stage being set, where the conditions will be right for those things to happen. And that, to me, is fascinating. So I just don't understand why an atheist would spend so much time mocking God and proving how smart man is. Many of them are so smart. I just don't get it. Why they can't go in and try to understand prophecy. They seem to overlook one thing that I don't know how else to describe it, but the way I describe it is that there's a physical realm which belongs to humanity. Saturn, the moon, the earth, the farthest star that we can see belongs to us, mankind, because it's part of the physical realm which is given to us. That's my belief. And if you want to find God, you've got to go. You don't have to go, but He is outside of the physical realm in something that I define as the spiritual realm. And atheists never go to the spiritual realm. They don't apparently know how, or they don't believe in it, one way or the other. But the thrust of this video right here is to communicate to you prophecy. And it's not that hard to understand. There's dual meanings in most of the things that happen in the Bible. Noah's Ark, for example. The Tower of Babel, for example. Those two stories, if you just read them flatline, two-dimensional stories, it's kind of hard to swallow. All these people standing around a temple or a tower that's half built, and all of a sudden people are speaking different languages. I could believe that when I was 10. I can't believe it now. But if I look beyond the physical realm and the story that's presented, and I look at it from a spiritual point of view, I realize that there's a lot missing in the Bible. You know, about Nimrod, for example. But you know, Nimrod is mentioned even on the dollar bill. The US dollar bill, man. Did you know that? You might if you're looking into secret societies and politics and religion, because they believe it. And not only that, the thing about Nimrod is relevant today because of the United Nations. The buildings that they have are a replica of that tower. So what? It's not really what the building is, it's what it represents. And what the building represents is the same thing that Nimrod's tower represented. Reaching up to the sky to touch heaven and basically rule the universe. That's what they were after. They had knowledge, and they were seeking the knowledge that Noah had. That other flatline story that it's kind of hard to swallow, except if you're 10 years old. But in reality, before the catastrophe that occurred on Earth that caused the seasons to start occurring and the continents to split, that catastrophe wasn't really caused by God. It was man that did it. He's just taken the blame so that we can then call him a mean God. In reality, we were too smart for our own good. But where do you think we got that knowledge? Oh, we got it from the other thing that atheists don't believe in, demons. Anyways, I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I'm just, by nature, I'm a rude, crusty, mean guy. In reality, I just challenge you to consider, if you don't believe in God, or if you don't feel challenged by your church, if you go to one, or your religion, if you believe in one, start reading the prophecies for yourself. We get a lot of twisted answers from people who teach Christianity about those prophecies. They're so jacked up. I'm just going to give you one. It's the 70 weeks of Daniel. Read the book of Daniel. Read about Nebuchadnezzar and a dream that he had about a statue. That's a real easy prophecy to understand. And they basically quote kingdoms that came into existence and wiped out other kingdoms. It's historical. I mean, you can look that up in history. It's just so plain. And then, like I said, the other one would be 70 weeks of Daniel. Look up 70 weeks and Google it in Daniel, and you'll find out where it is in the Bible, and read that one. The main reason why is it predicts the the rebuilding of Jerusalem, the capital of Israel, before 458 BC. And it predicts, if you start at that timeline, when the temple was rebuilt after being destroyed, around the time of Artaxerxes. It predicts when Jesus Christ will die on the cross. See, that book was written like 600 BC, or I mean, centuries before Jesus died on that cross. So it just sort of gives you a sense of wonder, you know, about prophecy. And those prophecies are dead on. They're never wrong. It's not like Nostradamus or some seance where something might happen. I predict there's going to be an earthquake in California. Duh. You know, a lot of people can do that. But the prophecies in the Bible are like 100% accurate. The only inaccuracy in it is what we're taught by other men. Anyways, I'm done ranting and raving. And I'm done talking to atheists for the night. See you later. Have a good one.